end of the rainbow. The pot of gold was the Miami Dolphins' first championship. The team would be the youngest to play in the Super Bowl. And though that was doomsday for the Dolphins, the unhappy ending could in no way detract from the sensational sixth season that had gone before it. In their early years, the Dolphins had typical expansion pains. Then in 1970, a change took place. Don Shula, the NFL's winningest coach, came to Miami. Shula and his assistants, Clark, Armsparger, Keene, Scarry, Tassif, and Schnellenberger, made 20 roster changes and installed a complete new system. While other teams might melt in the Florida sun, they were determined the Dolphins would not. So a demanding conditioning program was a vital part of the new regime. In just 1 year, the new staff orchestrated a startling success. The team that had suffered 10 defeats in '69 earned 10 victories and a spot in the playoffs in 1970. So with sunshine superfans filling the Orange Bowl in anticipation of what Shula's second season would bring, the Dolphins began the 1971 campaign.
The Broncos set to put it in play. The referee's telling them to hold it. Let's get in a station break. This is the Miami Dolphins Football Network.
This is WIOD, Miami.
Rick Weaver back at Mile High Stadium at Denver. Once again, the Dolphins defense, Riley, Fernandez, Richardson, and Stanfield, the front four. Swift, Montecani, and Cole, the linebackers. Foley and Mumford, the cornerbacks, and Jake Scott and Anderson at the safeties. Don Horn will be the quarterback. Gerke and Harrison, the wide receivers. Anderson and Little, the running backs, and Billy Masters is the tight end. It'll be a fourth down punting situation, as for the second time, the Miami defense has contained the Denver offense. Van Heusen will come in to handle the punting chores. Scott will go back as the deep man, along with Dick Anderson, to field the punt. The line of scrimmage is the 17-yard line in Denver territory. Out of the huddle now they come, and Van Heusen will stand back at about the 2-yard line. Neither club able to penetrate the other team's defense thus far in the ball game. 9:45 left to play in the first period. There is no score. Waiting for the snap, Van Heusen gets it. He gets a good rush, gets off a low trajectory kick. Anderson takes it, 45, 40, down to the 35, 30, 25, inside the 25, down at the Denver 21-yard line. So the Dolphins have excellent field position at the 21 in Denver territory. We set the offensive alignment for you for Miami. Warfield and Stowe will be the wide receivers. Crusan and Evans the tackle. Marv Fleming, the tight end. Kuchenberg and Little, the guide. DeMarco at center. Greasy, the quarterback. Kick and Zonka, the running back. Defensively for the Broncos, Jackson, number 87, and Alzado, number 77 of the end. Smith, 70, Costa, 63 of the tackles. Myrtle, 54, Forsberg, 52, and Washington, 56, are the linebackers from left to right. Mitchell, number 41, and Thompson, 36 of the quarterbacks. Greer, number 20, and George Sames, number 26, are the safety men. Waiting for the snap at the line of scrimmage. Here's Greasy, hands the kick, slants in over the left side, inside the 20 he goes, down to the 17-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the Denver 17-yard line. Greasy up under center, calls the signals. Here's the snap, hand off to kick. He comes in across the right side, gets to the 15-yard line. The ball is at the 14-yard line with a 3rd down and 3 for the Dolphins. We have 7:43 left to go in the first quarter. Here's Greasy dropping straight back to throw, looking for Warfield. Down the near corner. He can't get it. Overthrown. So it'll be a 4th down coming up, and Garo Yepremian comes into the football game. They'll mark it at the 21. And Yepremian will get his first shot at a field goal attempt this year. He was 22 for 29, the league's most accurate kicker last year. Waiting for the snap from center. Here it is, set down. The kick is up. And it's good. The Dolphins a 21-yard drive. Dolphins with 7:20 left to go in the first quarter lead 3-0 on a 21-yard field goal by Yepremian. Here is Garo's kick. It's again high and deep. There will be no run back as Post seals the kickoff deep in the end zone. And the Broncos, who have been back on their hind legs all throughout this first quarter, will put it in play from their 20-yard line. Gerke wide to the right, pitch out, goes to Anderson, throws upfield. Here's Gerke, 45, 50, 45 to the 40, touchdown, deep in Dolphin territory at the 31-yard line. by Jake Scott. Bobby Anderson on a halfback option pass wafted the ball over the defense down the near side to Jack Durkee. 68 yards on the pass play, and Scott dragged him down from behind. They say his knee touched the ground at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. So for the first time this afternoon, the Broncos show some offense as Bobby Anderson on the halfback option pass hits Jack Durkee down the near side for 68 yards. The ball is at the Dolphins' 25-yard line, where it'll be a second down and 14. We have 5:29 to go in the first period. Dolphins lead 3-0. Horn back to throw on second and 14. Sets up. He hits at the 15 down to the 10 on the completion down to the 6-yard line. Here's the receiver, Jack Durkee, off the left side. And he was knocked down at the 6-yard line. 14 yards on the pass completion. That's what they needed, and they got just enough to get a first down. First and goal, as Horn rips one up the middle against the Miami zone, complete to Durkee, who's been the principal receiver here in this drive. Third down and goal for the Bronx from the Dolphins 5, with 4:17 left to go in this first period. Harrison splits left. Durkee is the wide man to the near side. Anderson and Little, the setbacks behind Horn, waiting for the snap. Here it is, the handoff to Anderson. He is sprinting out to the right, going to carry the ball. He is knocked off his feet and to the ground at the 3-yard line. They needed 5 yards for the touchdown, so the field goal unit comes in. It'll be a 10-yard attempt. Horn will hold, and Jim Turner will try the field goal. Waiting for the snap. Here it is, set down. The kick is up, and it's good. There's a timeout on the field. With the score, the Dolphins 3 and the Broncos 3. An 80-yard drive by the Broncos and a 10-yard field goal by Turner. And there is the end of the first quarter. Dolphin action continues from Mile High Stadium in Denver with the score. The Broncos 3 and the Dolphins 3. Third down and 21 for the Dolphins at the Broncos 34. Warfield splits left, so to the near side. Kick and Zonka in behind Greasy. Signals being called. Greasy drops straight back to throw. Good protection this time. Deep for Warfield. Or check it for kick. And it's overthrown, incomplete, down at the 10-yard line. Staying with him all the way. Good pass coverage by linebacker Chip Myrtle, number 54. So with a fourth down situation, let's see if we've got little Garrow in there. Yes, he is. And this field goal attempt will be a 41-yarder. Waiting for the snap from center. Here it is, set down. The kick is up. He's got the distance, but it's way off to the right side. It's no good. So with 13 minutes and 34 seconds left to play in this second quarter, the score is tied 3-3, and the Broncos will put the ball in play at their 20-yard line as Yepremian misses a 41-yard field goal attempt. A 3-3 contest as they are grinding it out.
Now the Dolphins in that familiar ball control pattern, and what they hope to do is bring the linebackers up a little and then shoot either Stowe or Warfield. At least that was the pattern when they tried to do it in preseason and last year when Warfield was here. Now Thompson laying off Warfield to drop now.
Third down and 12 from the Bronco 46. Warfield splits left, Stowe to the near side. Greasy up under center, calling those signals. Here's the snap. Bob drops back to throw. He's being pursued. Sprints out to his left. Now they're still looking for somebody open. Back to the 30-yard line he goes, still running, fumbles the ball, and Denver recovers. Greasy was scrambling all over the place. He never did get time to get set up to find anybody open. And he lost the ball, and Jackson recovered it, and Denver has possession at the 24-yard line in Dolphins territory. Third down and 8 at the Dolphins 22. Harrison splits to the near side, Gerke off to the far side of the eye. Anderson and Little. Here's Horn dropping back to throw. Set, throws for the far sideline. Blocked by Masters, the tight end. So they're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt. The ball at the 22-yard line at Miami territory. Waiting for the snap. Here it is, set down. The kick is up. And it's going to be no good, off to the left. So each club has missed a field goal attempt, and the Dolphins came out of that one smelling like a rose. After that fumble recovery gave Denver excellent field position. A missed field goal attempt by Turner. And there's a timeout on the field with a score, Miami 3, Denver 3. This has been a defensive struggle. Third down and 6, Dolphins at the Bronco 29. Waiting for the snap from center. Here's Greasy dropping straight back to throw. Throws up the middle. It is dropped by kick. Down at the 15-yard line. Good defense by the Broncos. And Yepremian is in to try his third field goal attempt. He's 1 for 2 thus far. This will be a 36-yard attempt. Noonan will hold from the far inbound hash mark. Waiting for the snap. Set down. Here's the kick. It is up. And it is no good. No good. And so Yepremian 1 for 3 in the field goal department. The score remains tied 3-3. There's a timeout on the field. The score, Miami 3, Denver 3.
No wheeling, straight dealing. For used cars, it's William Lehman Used Cars, Northeast 167th Street, North Miami Beach. Come in and see for yourself. WIOD Miami.
At the 37-yard line, Lloyd Mumford was the man who contained him. Jake Scott also coming over to help out along with Dick Anderson. 18 yards on the pass completion. As we get the 2-minute warning, it'll be a first down when time is in for the Broncos at their 37-yard line. The 2-minute warning timeout, the score, Miami 3, Denver 3. We have a minute and 53 seconds on the board, showing left in the first half. Broncos ball at their 37. They split Gerke off to the far side, Harrison to the near side. Horn, the quarterback. He is 7 for 10 in the passing department. Back to throw he goes. Gets the rush. Picked off by Bonacani. 40, 35, down to the 30. Fumbles the ball. Who's going to get it at the 22? Denver recovers. And I believe Floyd Little is the man who got the football. That's who it is, number 44. Bonacani picked off the wobbly pass as the Dolphins put on a great rush that time on Horn. And Nick, I would imagine, occasioned by that cast that he's wearing, couldn't hold on to the ball when he was hit. And Floyd Little recovers, so the Broncos get it back at their 22. Boy, if the Dolphins could have held on to that one, we could have gone into the dressing room with some kind of a lead. Bob Matheson comes in, replaces Bonacani at the middle linebacker spot. Matheson acquired a couple of weeks ago from the Browns, 6'4", 240, 5-year veteran from Duke. An incomplete forward pass. That stops the clock with 16 seconds left to go in the first half. And it'll be a third down and 13 for the Broncos from their 30-and-a-half-yard line. The rush by the Dolphins this afternoon has been good at times. They have not dumped the quarterback, but they have forced him to throw off his line and hurry the pass on several occasions. Gerke splits right, and Harrison to the near side. Here's the handoff to Little. The sweep to the right side, cuts back to his left, gets out to the 35, to the 36-yard line before he is knocked off his feet. 9 seconds as Miami calls a timeout. Van Heusen will punt from the Denver 21. Line of scrimmage, the Bronco 36. Standing back at about the Miami 30 is Jake Scott. Here's the snap. Van Heusen gets the punt away, a wobbly kick. Scott lets it bounce, picks it up back at the 20. Trying to find a hole, 25. It spins off one tackler and is knocked off his feet at the 29-yard line. Tackle 44 yards on the punt. As there's the end of the first half. With the score, the Dolphins 3, Denver 3.
The key thus far on both sides, the Broncos have been able to pass rush most successfully. They have dumped Greasy 4 times, one time resulting in a fumble, and have contained Warfield fairly well, although Paul has caught 2, 1 for 35 and 1 for 30. That keeps him high in the average per catch, but they've bumped and run with him very successfully today, and the Dolphins have done a great job in containing Floyd Little, forcing Horn to pass more than he would like to. Don is 6 for 12, Greasy 4 for 8. The Broncos have 5 first downs.
We've got Mercury Morris deep down the near side, and Hubert Kinn off to the far side to receive the kickoff. The score tied 3-3. The Dolphins will be moving from our left to our right for the third quarter. The kick is high, deep. There will be no run back as Ginn fields the kickoff back on the baseline of the end zone, so the Dolphins will put it in play at their 20-yard line. Tremendous defensive struggle. The Dolphins' rush defense has been great, and the pass rush by the Broncos has also been great. Warfield splits left, so to the near side. Zonka and kick in behind Greasy. Third down and 3. Dolphins from their 38. Greasy barks those signals out. Hands off. Zonka is hit at the line of scrimmage. Puts his head down. He goes across the 40-45. Still digging. And he's got the first down. Larry Zonka with a great effort as Leroy Mitchell, the left cornerback, came up to contain him. Well, let's see what they're going to mark it. That's going to be good enough for a first down. There is a timeout as a Dolphin is shaken up on the play. Let's get down to Henry Barrow.
Bob DeMarco, the center, is the injured player on the field. We're checking it now.
Jim Wanger will come into the offensive lineup. Langer backs up at both guards and at offensive center. Ball at the Dolphins 46, Jim Langer, making his debut at offensive center. Score tied 3-3, 7:35 to go in the third quarter. Dolphins from the Bronco 28, third down and 8. Wide to the near side, Stowe. Warfield splits left. Here's Greasy. Back to throw. Being pursued by Jackson. Throws down the near side. Stowe can't get it. Fine defensive play by left cornerback Leroy Mitchell, who had him covered like a blanket all the way. And the pass is incomplete. So it's a field goal situation. With a fourth down situation from the 28-yard line in Denver territory, Yepremian will try a 35-yard kick. Noonan will hold, waiting for the snap. Here it is, set down. The kick is up. He's got the distance. It is no good. And Garrow having a little problem this afternoon, now 1 for 4. There's a timeout on the field with the score, Miami 3, Denver 3. They started this drive back at their 20 when Yepremian missed a field goal attempt. 3rd and 9 from the Dolphins 32. With 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter, the score is tied 3-3. Harrison splits to the near side. Simmons is wide to the right. Back to throw goes Horn. Sets up. Throws deep in the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Harrison. Harrison, the rookie from Texas A&I, got in between Lloyd Mumford and Jake Scott. Caught the ball with about a yard to go in the end zone. A perfectly thrown pass as Horn lays it in there from 32 yards out. And that's the first TD of the ball game. 1:37 left to play in the third quarter. The Broncos move out to a 9-3 lead. 80-yard drive, 9 plays. Key play, a 15-yard pass from Gerke, from Horn to Gerke. Jim Turner in to try the point from placement, and Horn will hold. So the Dolphins now have their work cut out for them. Here's the snap. Set down. The kick is up. It's perfect. The score with 1 minute and 37 seconds left to play in this third quarter as there's a timeout on the field. The Denver Broncos 10, the Miami Dolphins 3. Dave Washington preparing to kick off. The Dolphins haven't had a run back this afternoon. Hubert Ginn off to the left. Mercury Morris to the near side with 1:37 to go in the third quarter. Here's the whistle. Washington gets it high, and it's going to be deep again. Backing up is Ginn. He's out of the end zone for the touchback, and the Dolphins will have to start from their 20-yard line. First down, Dolphins from their 20-yard line as they move from our left to our right. Here's the snap. Fake handoff. Greasy sprints back to his left, looking for Warfield. Throws. He's got it across the 40. Puts a stutter step on the cornerback. Out of bounds he goes at the 48-yard line in Denver territory.
Paul Warfield has caught 3 passes for 97 yards.
It'll be a second down coming up. And 18 for the Dolphins back at their 44. We've got to get something started here pretty quick. 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter. They set Twilly, and Warfield is double wide receivers to the left. Kick and Zonka in behind Greasy. Greasy spinning back to his left. Sets up the throw. Here's the pass. It is caught by Warfield at the 45. He fumbles the ball. Picked up by Thompson at the 50. Down into Dolphin territory and finally belted out of bounds down inside the 40-yard line. Warfield had the ball stolen away from him that time. And the loose ball was picked up by cornerback Bill Thompson. He runs it down to about the Dolphin 38-yard line. Norm Evans drove him out of bounds. And there is the end of the third quarter. They were waiting for the clock to run up to the judge's timing device. That's the end of the third period. Dolphin football action will continue from Denver with the score, Denver 10, Miami 3. Well, the defense has got to get the ball back again. 1st and 10, Denver at our 38-yard line. Simmons splits left. And Harrison, who caught the touchdown pass, is off to the near side. Anderson and Little behind Horn. Handoff goes to Anderson. Or Little, rather, through the middle. 35, 30, 25. Dragged down at the 21-yard line by Tim Foley. Big hole that time for Floyd Little to operate in. 16 yards on the pickup down to the Dolphin 21-yard line. First down, of course, for the Broncos down at the Dolphins 21. And we are in trouble. We trail 10-3. Third down 7 from the Dolphin 18. 13:28 to play in this ball game. Here's the handoff. Little is really cracked by Bonacani coming across the left side, and he got nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. So the field goal unit comes in, Jim Turner, and it'll be about a 25-yard attempt.
And Rick, I don't think Lou Saban was taking any chances. If Little would have got the 7 for him, fine. But he ran toward the middle to set up the field goal, which, if successful, would put him 10 points ahead in the fourth quarter. And the way this game's gone, that could be icing.
Here's the snap. Set down. It's blocked. Loose ball rolls into the end zone. And it'll be blown dead and brought out and put in play. Lloyd Mumford is the man who got his hands on it for the Dolphins. There's a timeout on the field with a score, Denver 10, Miami 3. 6 minutes, 12 seconds left to go in this ball game. Clock is stopped with the incompletion. Denver leading 10-3, and Miami has had a rough time moving this football, particularly through the air against the Denver defense, the great pass rush, and good secondary coverage. All right, this is it. 4th down and 10. They've got to get to the 36-yard line at least. Still splits to the right side. Warfield spreads to the left. Kicking Zonka in behind Greasy. On the snap. Greasy back to throw. He sets. He fires. Warfield's got it at the 30, at the 28-yard line. We've got our first down and we're still alive. Warfield grabbed the ball down the near side, hooked in at the inbound hash mark, 18 yards. On the pass completion, Washington, the right linebacker, and the free safety, George Same, made the stop. 4:32 left to go. The ball at the 23-yard line in Denver territory, 4th and 4. We've got to get at least to the 19-yard line to keep possession of the football. Twilley spreads to the right. Warfield left. Here's Greasy, 4th and 4. Back to throw. Set. Throws deep. It is picked off at the 1-yard line by Greer and knocked out of bounds at the 3. So Denver takes over. The ball at the Denver 9-yard line with 3:11 left to go. It's 3rd down and 4. And the Broncos want to hold on to it, keep the drive alive, and the Dolphins desperately need to get their hands back on the football, trailing by a touchdown. Waiting for the snap from center. Here it is. Now, back to throw is Horn. He's throwing up the near side. It is knocked down. Great defensive play by Timmy Foley. And a great bit of deception back there on the play action by Horn. He faked to the back going into the line to Little and then went back to the goal line, ripped a pass up the near side. Simmons got in behind Foley, but Foley lunged in the air and knocked it down up at the 40-yard line. So it'll be a 4th down punting situation, and Van Heusen is in. Waiting for the snap. Here it is. He has time to get it away. Gets it off the side of his foot. A wobbly punt. Anderson at the 40. Starts up the near sideline. 35, still going. 30, and knocked down at the Denver 26-yard line. Only 31 yards on the punt that time by Van Heusen. Anderson grabbed the ball at the 40, looked for some blocks. So a 14-yard return. Miami in the 2-minute offense with 2:54 to go. 2:37 left to play from the Denver 31-yard line. On 2nd and 15. Twilley splits to the right. Warfield left. Here is Greasy dropping back to throw. Looks to the left side. Warfield's got it at the 10. 5. Touchdown, Dolphins. George Sames had a shot at him at the 5-yard line and missed him. Warfield just gave a hip and took it away, and Cornell Green also had a stab at him, but he couldn't hold on to him. So the Dolphins, with Greasy to Warfield, finally unload from the 31-yard line. He caught the ball at the 15 and swivel-hipped his way into the end zone. It's now 10-9. 26 yards and 3 plays. The 31-yard touchdown pass from Greasy to Warfield. Noonan will hold. Yepremian will try the point from placement. 2:30 left to play in this football game. Garrow can tie it up. Waiting for the snap. Here it is. Set down. The kick is up. It's perfect. Wait a minute. Yes, it is. It's good. The score is Miami 10 and Denver 10. So that makes you feel a little bit better. Now if we can hold them again and get the football back.
Rick, Greasy has thrown to Warfield 6 times for 170 yards, 28-point-something average. An amazing afternoon for Paul.
1:51 left to go in the ball game. Score tied 10-10. 3rd and long yardage. Back at the Denver 7-yard line. Let's see what Horn comes up with. At the line of scrimmage, Horn barks out the signals on the long count. Pitch out. Goes to Little, sweeps the left side, and is run out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. And the fans are booing that call. Jesse Powell ran him out. It'll be a punting situation.
And a tremendous break for Miami because the clock stops. And there's 1:30 left. The Dolphins have 1 timeout left. The Broncos did not use any of theirs. They still have 3. And now, if they can get another poor punt here and field position, there is always another chance for Garrow.
Here's the snap. He gets it out of there. High end-over-end kick. Grabbed at the 46-yard line by Scott to the far sideline. 45, 40, 35, still going. Inside the 30, fumbles the ball. Who got it? Denver recovers at their 23. Scott with a great return could not hold on to the football. And Denver takes over at their 23-yard line. 36-yard punt. And Scott returned it 23 yards. Bobby Anderson recovered it. And now Denver has the ball back. Score is tied 10-10, a minute and 14 seconds to go. Larry?
That's the Dolphins' third fumble and the third Bronco recovery. Denver has not fumbled.
All right, Horn over here conversing with head coach Lou Saban along the sideline. The ball at the Denver 27-yard line. 33 seconds left to go. Third down and 6 for Denver. This is the big play of the game.
Fans booing, of course, as Denver appears to be playing for the tie.
Here's the pitch going to Little. A sweep to the right side. He is up across the 30, still going, and I believe, in fact, I know he's got the first down as you run out of bounds here on the near side of the field at the 38-yard line. And Denver picks up the first down to hold on to the football. That stops the clock with 27 seconds left to play. First and 10, Broncos ball at their 38-yard line. Horn drops back to throw. Swings one out. Anderson's got it the far sideline to 40. 45, run out of bounds at the 50-yard line by his brother Dick. 12 yards on the swing pass from Horn to Bob Anderson. Another first down. The out of bounds stops the clock with 21 seconds. Well, the penalty sets the ball back to the Denver 35, from whence it will be a first and 25. Most important situation, however, is there are just 15 seconds left. They attribute it now to Mike Curran, the right tackle, the holding call. Here's the handoff to Little, a sweep to the right side. He is knocked to the ground at the 38-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Doug Swift, the left linebacker, makes the stop. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And there is the end of the ball game, and the fans lustily booing the Denver Broncos for not going for the bomb. The final score, Denver 10, Miami 10. We'll be back with the final wrap-up in 1 minute.
So the Dolphins and Broncos open the 1971 National Football League season, playing to a 10-10 tie. Again, it'll be talked about all week long. I'm sure heavily in both cities. The Dolphins moving the ball pretty well and turning up fruitless and hopeless in a tie. And one of the tough part about the fumble recoveries were that both Buoniconti's fumble and Scott's fumble were on the Denver 25-yard line, in between the 25 and 20. 2 scoring threats. Garrow has missed 3 field goal attempts. This has been a very, very frustrating afternoon for Mr. Shula and his friends. And the Broncos being lustily booed, Lou Saban and his crew, and they threw things down on the field, too, as Denver went off. The final comment from Henry Barrow.
Well, there's a lot of comments coming from the stands. They're still getting on to Lou Saban. All kinds of comments. Most of them we can't repeat, but the most common one heard is, Saban, you're as bad as Notre Dame. The fans didn't like the fact that Saban, in their opinion, was playing for the tie. Otherwise, I think many points of concern in this ball game. One is Garo Yepremian's kicking. It was really bad today. There's no doubt about that. You figure 9 more points on the board had Garrow been kicking, and that was a win in the ball game. Also, the offensive line was having its problems, but there in the late in the third quarter and in the fourth quarter, the offensive line seemed to be able to contain the Denver Broncos. So there's hope there. It's a better start than last year, even though it is a tie, because last year we started with a loss. But I do think that there's a lot of work with this offense, which has been, as Rick has said throughout the exhibition season, the offense has been a problem since the first squad game. So that's where the work has to go. I can find very little fault with the defense in today's ball game.
The final score, Miami 10, Denver 10.